Hey guys, what's going on? It's the Crypto Kid, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin and how I feel about what's going on in the cryptocurrency space, and particularly what's going on with Bitcoin for the last like 1 to 3 months, guys, because I really haven't spoken a lot about it, and I feel that it's important that I do because obviously Bitcoin's seen a great year already, right? It's truly seen amazing yield. It's outperforming many other financial markets, pretty much all of them, and it's just amazing, right? So we need to talk about this, and I want to share my opinions on very commonly asked questions in the space right now, and those are: will Bitcoin go lower? Has the Bitcoin bull run started? And going to be giving you guys my Bitcoin BTC price prediction 2019, which I have not done yet, and obviously that's for the end of 2019, right? So let's get right into this video. But before we do, I ask you all to please like the video if you do like it, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications if you want to see more videos like this, because you will be updated as soon as I upload. So that is important, guys. And also, yeah, let's just get right into this. Now, I'm by no means a financial advisor. I'm just sharing my opinion with you guys so we can all create a discussion in a community that obviously loves cryptocurrency, or maybe some of you guys don't, and that's fine. So just share your opinions and what you think Bitcoin is going to do, because that's awesome. Comment below and I'll get back to every comment and have a discussion with you guys. So currently Bitcoin is at $142 billion market cap, right? So obviously it is the number one, almost 143 billion, sorry. Volume is 23 billion today in USD, or 2 million BTC, and we can see here that Bitcoin is again hovering around the $8,000 level. We are up about 0.1% today, and yeah, the overall space, guys, is at a $251 billion market cap at the moment. Bitcoin is at about 57% dominance, which is quite high, because some of the altcoins have been pulling back pretty majorly, because whenever Bitcoin's in this indecisive mode where it's either going bullish or bearish, the altcoins kind of just fall, unfortunately, and they're not really doing much until we get confirmation on what is Bitcoin doing, because a lot of people are pulling out of altcoins, going back into BTC, which obviously makes a lot of them go down, right? And yeah, so let's go over to my charts here and see what's happening with a bit of technical analysis. Now, I have three scenarios in my mind that are going to play out, and this is all based off price action, guys. This is not talking about fundamentals. I will talk about fundamentals a bit later, but these three scenarios are going to be based off price action. Now, again, currently we are at about $8,055, right? And scenario one would be short-term bullishness, and it's honestly what I believe is most likely to happen, just because we have so much momentum right now, a lot of people FOMOing in, and a lot of new people coming in, that we could see a bit of short-term bullishness, and short-term, obviously, uptrend. I'm not sure if that's going to be, it's most likely going to be temporary, because a lot of other people, like professionals, will drop their bags on people as soon as the markets kind of pick up a bit. But yeah, if we see this a massive uprising, that was back in December 16th, guys. We were sitting around 3,200, and obviously we've gone honestly amazing. Right now we are sitting at 148% gains, okay, since December 16th, which is crazy, guys. That outperforms every financial market. And Bitcoin, if you guys don't, I mean, if some people obviously don't see any value in it, but guys, it's not about, honestly, yes, it's about the future value if you're an investor and you want to be in it for 3 to 10 years, right? Obviously, you want it to have great fundamentals, which kind of it does. The fundamentals are constantly getting better. But if you're a trader, you don't care about that. All you care about is price action, and this is amazing price action. And I'm mostly trading it right now. So obviously, I want to invest for the long term, and I believe in Bitcoin. But some people don't, and that's fine. You can still trade it. Just because you don't believe in it for the future does not mean you can't be a part of it. Because if by not being a part of it, you're honestly, well, some people could be missing out on big gains. But obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. That's all your own decision. So scenario one would be short-term bullishness, and that would be confirmed after closing maybe above the $8,400 level, which is about $400 away, right? So if we close above that level, I believe that will be quite bullish, because obviously that was a pretty big resistance we had there. And if we close above it, I see that we could easily go $10,000 plus. Obviously, the first resistance being $9,500 there, and then second would be around 10,500, and then onward, right? Probably stopping, if that, like the highest I could go off that short-term bullishness would probably be around 13,000, but in my mind, I see it going maybe to 10,000 and then having a retracement, but that would be short-term bullishness, and I honestly believe that's the most probable right now, just because based off the momentum and the way that it's kind of been consolidating these past days, and really bouncing very tight range. It didn't have a huge correction. It went down to 7,200, but again, that's not that much. It went up to 8,200, which was around the max, and then it bounced down $1,000, right? And now it's a nice little tight correction, nice little tight consolidation there. So I see if we close about $8,400, guys, we're definitely going to 9,500 to 10,500 range-ish. That's truly what I believe, and I think that's most probable to happen. Now, scenario two would be kind of more the bearish case. Now, it's kind of still short-term bearishness, I would say. It's not as much, it's not very bearish, but it's quite bearish. So that would be it. Obviously, all this momentum and this buildup would be on the negative side, and it would actually go down to maybe the $6,200 to $6,400 range. I put the level here. That's that 6,200. I don't think it's gonna go below that, to be honest. And yeah, if it were to do that from the moment we are at now, that would be about a 20% correction. So I mean, quite big, right? And then obviously I would still think it would shoot back up. That's not just gonna, it's in my mind, it's not gonna sit there. That's actually kind of a good thing if people want to pick it up at a cheaper price, because who knows, that could be the lowest price it's ever going to be if it goes down to those levels again. And now the third scenario would be the more bearish scenario again, but it still results in people just being able to pick up Bitcoin at a cheaper price, because honestly, guys, at this point, I don't think we're going back to those low levels of 3,200. I think that could have been the bottom. Many people don't believe that, and I mean, there's lots of cases for it couldn't be, but I just think the momentum we have, the new people coming in, the FOMO, the just the overall hype going with Bitcoin, and honestly, Bitcoin, it gains a lot from hype. It gains a lot from new people coming in, right? Like any other financial market. So if it does, the third scenario would be it kind of shooting down to, well, obviously it's not going to be a straight line, but through a couple days, right, it could go back down to those $5,000 levels, and that's a huge support now, or at least fairly big support. So I don't see we going any lower than that, and then bouncing off that, and then going up to where it's kind of it's a bit iffy from that point, but bouncing off that level, and then either moving sideways for a while or bouncing right off it and going back up to its previous levels. That's a hard thing to say, but in my mind, guys, scenario one would be closing above 8,400 and then shooting off to 9,500 to 10,500 levels, or even more. But in my mind, I just don't think it will get to that more, because more professionals will sell off their bags when because there's going to be a huge amount of more people coming in. Once it gets over that $10,000 level, so many news and media programs will pick that news up, and it's going to force a lot of retail investors and a lot of people to FOMO in. But then that would kind of be contradicted by the professionals selling off their bags, so I don't see it going that much higher. But that's just what I think, guys. So those are three scenarios that I think that are most likely. And they are kind of labeled here for you guys. I'm not the best at doing all the labeling, but this is just some basic technical analysis. Now, for the bearish cases, there is kind of more we can actually pick from it. Like if you actually look at it, the daily, we're pretty much overbought. The weekly, we are overbought. On many of the candles, hours, and days, we are overbought, right? So that's obviously not the best case, because really, what much is there any more movement, or is there any more room for more movement, right, in upwards direction? And also, volume is tipping off. It's constantly been decreasing for the last about 10 days, so that's also kind of a more bearish case. But it also can be bullish. It just depends how you see it. So I mean, like if you just look at those technical or indicators, then yes, it does look more bearish. However, since the momentum we have and the tight consolidation and just more people coming in, I think we will go with scenario one and will be short-term bullishness. Now, not long-term. I'm not saying it's going right to $20,000. It's most likely going to have a retracement once it comes to those $10,000 levels, maybe back to the 9,000 or 9,500 levels, or even 8,000 to 8,500 levels. But it just depends on what is going to happen at those points, because obviously we don't know. And now that's how I see Bitcoin, guys. Now, my Bitcoin price prediction for the end of 2019 is, to be honest, probably, I would say easily, guys, $20 to $25,000 plus by the end of 2019. And that's based off a few things. Obviously, fundamentals are getting a lot better, right? We already seen 150% growth this year. Tons of new institutional investors are getting in, and retail investors. And obviously, we do tend to do good in months closer to Christmas, in December-ish. So I think we could have a massive bull market and really see huge growth in those times. So to be honest, $20,000 to $25,000 by the end of this year is not that crazy, especially since we've already gone up to the $20,000 levels. That's just my opinion. Maybe it's a bit optimistic. Comment below what you guys think, because I'm interested in knowing your opinions. Now, here are the fundamentals. Now, this is just off an article in beincrypto.com, and I just thought it would be kind of interesting to include this. I'm sure maybe a lot of you guys have seen this, but so this is just the current state of Bitcoin's fundamentals. So this is like opposite basically of price action and opposite of technical analysis. This is just like the technology getting better or stuff like that, more development. So currently there were just under 17.7 million Bitcoins circulating of the total 21 million possible, right? So Bitcoin's hash rate is only getting stronger with a marked increase since January 2019. Bitcoin's network has grown to be more secure by 10 times in just 2 years, which is quite huge. The cost per transaction has dropped by 60% over the last 12 months, which is very good, because we know, guys, back in those times when Bitcoin was having a massive bull run, it was pricey to send around, right? And that has obviously decreased. The number of transactions per day on Bitcoin's blockchain has increased by over 70% in the past 2 years, which shows people are using it, shows people perhaps are buying more things with it, and just overall just using it for more transactions, which is obviously the entire point of a cryptocurrency, an internet currency. After hitting a local low in May 2018, it has consistently risen and is currently close to its all-time high. Yeah, so it's not that close, but it's definitely closer, right? And this article was made, I believe, maybe a month ago, April 24th. Yeah, so around a month ago. The number of transactions per day. Okay, I already read that. So Bitcoin wallets continue to grow rapidly. There are now over 35 million Bitcoin wallets, which is a huge increase, over 2.5 times in just 2 years, which is awesome. Shows people are holding Bitcoin more, and perhaps they're trading it less, so they're more invested for the long term. That's just how I see it, right? So miners are making 3.5 times more mining Bitcoin than they were 2 years ago, which is also, that's one of the biggest points there, because we are kind of not dependent, I would say, but we need miners to be profitable, and especially if we want to see a huge bull market where it's just going to be amazing for all parties, and I think that we could definitely see that. Now, again, guys, institutional investors and professionals probably got in quite a little bit ago, because people try to hide it, and they try to hide it from us and say how Bitcoin is so bad, but wow, at the same time, they're buying Bitcoin. They're buying Bitcoin when they're saying it's bad, and when the news stations are against Bitcoin. Because when it's good, like it is right now, they're already almost ready to take profits. And once they're all ready to take profits, that's usually the exact same time retail and people are FOMOing in, thinking it's gonna be their basically the winning lottery ticket. And unfortunately, professionals drop the bags on them, and they obviously do not do good. We saw this literally with every Bitcoin bull run there has been in existence, and most financial markets. Obviously, that's just the secrets behind them, and how they work, right, and how they function, how they cycle. So that's my opinions on Bitcoin, guys. Scenario one, we're going with short-term bullishness. I see it going $20,000 to $25,000 by the end of 2019. Tell me what you guys predict it to be. Do you predict it to be 0, 100,000, 1 million? I mean, obviously, keep it pretty realistic, guys, because I want to have a serious discussion with you guys, and we can really grow from having educated and serious discussion. So that sounds awesome, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Subscribe to my channel, turn on those post notifications, like the video if you did like it. Also, guys, you can pick up some cryptocurrency at Coinbase, which is obviously one of the biggest apps to buy cryptocurrency from. And it's constantly been coming out with new cryptos to buy, and you can now sell it back into your bank account in Canada. I'm not sure if some of you guys in Canada, but that's an option now, which is awesome. The US has always had that, but Canada has not. And also, there'll be a link in the description for $10 for free from Coinbase when signing up. I also get $10, so it's a win-win scenario. If you guys did do that, that would be really, really helpful. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all had have a great day. Stay tuned for my next videos, because I will be coming out with more updates about Bitcoin and what I feel about it and where it's headed. So thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and peace.